Good evening, everyone. I am the research scholar from the ICFA University, Jaipur. And this is my first research paper I'm presenting here. And this is my genuine efforts towards this paper. And my research topic is readiness of Indian parents for OTT content. This topic of research talks about the what all factors are responsible for the decreasing factors that are responsible for the readiness of Indian parents for OTT content, and what all security changes or what all factors will contribute for the readiness of Indian parents for OTT content, so they will allow their kids to watch this OTT platform. So my research paper topic is readiness of Indian parents for OTT content. Now, I'm contents. I'll be including abstract, introductions, objectives of the study, research methodology, results and discussion, hypothesis, conclusion, core findings, implication of the study, and bibliography. The abstract of my study talks about the increase in the number of viewers of OTT platforms that will increase the number of kids and teenagers viewing the content on OTT platforms, also increasing. And the content of these platforms are not always filtered. It has been found that OTT content many times involves violence, abuse, nudity, vulgarity, and foul language as well. Assessing these readiness of parents for their children to view OTT content is most important. This is because parents have a significant role to play as a cop to stop and create the obstruction for adult internet content for their children and young kids. Hence, it is important to assess the readiness of Indian parents towards the OTT content for their children and all those factors that impact the readiness of the parent. So my present research focuses on these aspects in the Indian scenario. And the present study also focuses on the impact of security and parental changes in OTT on parental readiness, thereby stating that if the readiness of Indian parents for OTT content is to be increased, there need to be made some changes in the security settings of the OTT platforms. And my study also found that more than required exposure to sexually explicit content and abusive language in the OTT content, this is the concern for many parents for their children could emulate deviant behavior. These factors are majorly responsible for decreasing the readiness of the parents. The keywords used in my research paper, OTT platforms, OTT content, Indian parents, teenagers, and OTT regulation. The introduction about my study is OTT over-the-top platforms are the services that is streaming online, and they are excluding the passage or the traditional broadcast or cable television services. The increasing popularity of OTT platforms are witnessed worldwide as well as in India. A report published in the Boston Consulting Company, the OTT market in India will expand to nearly 5 billion in size by 2023. It has been found that OTT content many times involve violence, abusive language, and foul language. So to control all these aspects, the government of India is taking some steps to regulate the content based on the nature and the type of the content. The government of India has classified these into 5 categories. As we all know, U means unrestricted public exhibition and A is adult viewing. So age-wise categorization has been done in this suitable for universal viewing, 7+, 13+, 16+, and so on. The objectives of my study is to assess the readiness of Indian parents towards OTT content for their children and to assess the factors that impact the readiness of Indian parents towards OTT content of their children. The research methodology. The study used survey method to collect the primary data, wherein quantitative analysis have been conducted to analyze the data. Analyzing of data has been done using the statistical software SPSS 23.0. Descriptive analysis has been done using frequency analysis, and inferential analysis has been done using correlation and linear regression analysis. My population of research is parents of teenagers studying in different private schools in Delhi NCR region. Sampling method used is simple random sampling. Sample size is 759. Geographical location is Delhi NCR region, India. Type of research is quantitative research. Measuring instrument is close-ended quantitative questionnaires. And the type of data is primary data is being used. So in descriptive analysis, this is the demographic profile of children of respondents of parents. And if we move towards the descriptive analysis of factors responsible for decreasing parental readiness, in this table, we can see the mean values. All the mean values are above 3.5 and close to 4. The mean values of all the factors are close to 4, that is 4 shows the agreement. So indicating that the respondents agree with the factors. If we can see in the highest mean value is in parental readiness 5, that is children do not understand the consequences of watching extremely violent or hyper sexualized content, which makes them inappropriate audience of OTT unregulated content. That is 3.97 value. This is the parental readiness 5 is the major cause for decreasing parental readiness towards OTT platforms. And we'll coming to the standard deviation part. If we see the standard deviation values, all the values are small. This indicates that there is not much variation in the responses of the respondents, and each factor are close to mean. Coming to the inferences, it can be inferred from table 3, which I've shown here, that all the standard deviation values are small. This indicates that there is not much variation in the data and responses of each factor are close to mean. The mean values of all the factors are close to 4, thereby indicating that respondents are in the agreement with the factors. And this also informed that respondents agree to the factors responsible for decreasing parental readiness. So there is the major factor that is responsible for decreasing parental readiness is parental readiness 5. Coming to the next part, that is inferential analysis, which has been conducted with the help of correlation analysis as well as the linear regression analysis. In this, the correlation between the factor parental readiness for OTT and independent factor on security and parental changes in OTT has been conducted. And in this Pearson correlation value, if we see the values, the highest value is 0.584 as compared with the other correlation values. Out of all the factors, independent variable 7 shows the strongest correlation. That is the strongest correlation, and the independent variable 7 talks about the that parental readiness will increase the most if the parents are provided with the options of human reviewed recommendations, so that the parents can control the content recommendations presented to their children. And even table 4 also shows that the factors of security and parental control changes in OTT are statistically significant, as we can see the significance level with the dependent factor of the parental readiness. Inferential analysis has been conducted using both these aspects, and then we'll talk about the regression analysis. In this, first we'll talk about the hypothesis. Linear regression has been further conducted to study the impact of independent variables, that is the factors of security and parental control changes in OTT on dependent variable, that is parental readiness for OTT. Yeah, where the hypothesis, in this null hypothesis is there is no significant impact of security and parental control changes in OTT on parent readiness. And the alternative hypothesis is there is significant impact of security and parental control changes in OTT on parental readiness. So if we see the table here, in this table, it is clearly visible that R-square value is 0.543, which means that if 54.3% changes in dependent variable, that is parental readiness, can be attributed to the independent variable, that is the security and parental control changes. Coming to the ANOVA model, in this we can see the F value and the significance level. So in the table 6, the significance level is less than the 0.05, that is level of 5% significance level. So we'll reject the null hypothesis, and here we accept the alternative hypothesis. Our alternative hypothesis is there is significant impact of security and parental control changes in OTT on parental readiness. Coming to the regression analysis and coefficient analysis, in this we can see that different independent variables, the value of different independent variables and the significance level. The significance level, except in independent variable 8, is 0.134, which is more than 0.05. So it is highly insignificant, statistically insignificant. But the remaining independent variables, except with independent variable 8, all variables are highly significant because their values are less than 0.05. Coming to the further unstandardized coefficients, value for independent variable 7 was found to be 0.319, which is the highest. In this, if 1%, if a unit of, change of 1 unit is made in independent variable 7, keeping the other factors other variables constant, then the change of 0.319 will be observed in the dependent variable. This will go same with the other independent variables too. Coming to the conclusion, the present research has conducted on readiness of Indian parents for OTT content in India, wherein parents of school children were surveyed. The study found that respondents were in the agreement with the factors of parent readiness considered in the research. Out of all these factors, more than required exposure to sexually explicit content and abusive language in the content, the concern of many parents is that children could emulate deviant behavior, which was found to be mostly agreed upon the respondents. Further, the study found significant impact on security and parental control changes. If the security and parent control changes have been improved, then it will facilitate the parents to allow their children to view these OTT platform content. Thus, the study concluded that the Indian parents are concerned about their children watching unfiltered OTT content, and the concern of these parents on this aspect can be decreased by empowering the parents with the major security and privacy options. Same, the major core findings of my study are same. If the security and parental control changes will be provided to the parents, that will help the parents to allow their kids to view these OTT platforms, the unfiltered content, and the content should be filtered. Then only they will allow their children to view these content. Coming to the implications of the study, my study's implication is this research is one of its kind, as none other research has been conducted till now that focuses on the parental readiness for OTT platforms in Indian context. The present research can provide usefully insights to the OTT service providers in India on the requirements of the parents, which they can facilitate the service providers in tapping the untapped market of the parent. They can tap that untapped market. And the study will also facilitate the service providers in modifying their service in a manner that they will make the parents more comfortable in letting their children in assessing OTT platforms, thereby improving the business scenarios of the service providers. They can provide a market to them. And this is the bibliography related to my research paper work. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your presentation.